Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at an excellent solution to two problems. Do you like to travel internationally? Maybe for vacation, maybe for business, maybe as part of a relief effort? Do you have to work at an environment in which they have an absolute zero tolerance, no weapons policy? And no weapons includes not just guns, but knives, including tiny keychain knives, as well as the blade on a typical multi-tool. But maybe you like having a multi-tool on you. Maybe you need a multi-tool for work. Well, you're looking at the best solution right here to those problems. This is the Gerber MP600 bladeless. It's been out for at least a couple of years, if not longer. It's based on the very well respected, tried and true Gerber MP600, very popular with the US Army for at least a couple of decades, if not longer. So let's take a look at this variation. Here are the tools that you get. You get folding scissors, a three-sided file, here, and along the bottom. You also get a small driver, large driver, and a medium driver that has a bottle opener feature. On this side, you get a push-forward can opener. You get your Phillips, and this right here is a rem grit saw. Picture taking very, very coarse sand and being able to bond it to the bottom of a dull piece of metal. The way this works in the fully extended position is that you use friction, you go back and forth for cutting. Now the really great thing about this is, as you can see here, this is not permanently attached. So let's say you're traveling through a particular international airport and the airport agent takes a look at this and says, oh, no, you can't have that. That's a little too close to a blade. You can't have that. I'm sorry, sir. Okay. This comes off. You can take this off, hand it to him, and say, here you go. And then you're good. And then when you're back in America, or maybe even whatever foreign country you're traveling to, go to the hardware store and replace this rem grit saw. They're not too expensive to replace at all. And of course, like the standard Gerber MP600, all of these tools lock in the open position. You just take this plastic part here, pull it back, hold it back because it's spring-loaded, and then push down. So thankfully all these tools do lock into place. They're a little bit stiff on my example, so please bear with me. Now the scissors, in order to put these away, you lift up here, be careful not to cut yourself, and then just push these down into the handles. Yes, all of these tools open up from the inside of the handles, so yes, you will need the pliers head deployed in order to open up the handles and access your tools. Pliers, very traditional Gerber MP600 with replaceable tungsten carbide cutters. right here. There's also a crimper here. Now the problem with these tungsten carbide cutters is that they have earned a horrible reputation for not being very strong. I mean, I have seen these crack and fail when another YouTube reviewer tried cutting slightly thick brass wire. For those of you who are unaware, brass wire is very soft, and even a slightly thick piece of brass wire should be no problem for a medium-sized multi-tool like this one. And unfortunately, the carbide cutters, when they crack, are basically useless, or when they crack and break. You can thankfully replace them by unscrewing these screws on either end. However, a replacement set of carbide cutters will set you back $25, which is, yeah, it's outrageous, and you have no guarantee that the same problem won't happen again. The multi-tool does come with a star wrench for removing the carbide inserts, so that's good. There's just no place inside the tool to store this, but you can store it in the standard Gerber nylon and Velcro belt pouch. Nothing special, but it gets the job done. Now, the head does lock into place in the fully extended position. Press here, and then on the other side press there, and you can lower the multi-tool with one hand, and you can also flick this open with one hand. There you go, one flick and it's open. So very useful, very handy. Some of you might be wondering, are there any other bladeless multi-tools that would be excellent for international travel or at a work environment that is very hostile to even pocket or pen knives? Well, yes. Leatherman makes their knifeless rebar model. It's basically their standard rebar without a knife, and I think, yeah, it's their standard rebar model without a knife but replaced with a pair of scissors. The problem with that multi-tool is, unlike this one where you can remove the rem grit saw if necessary, you can't remove the saw on the rebar model. The knifeless rebar should be fine for work environment situations, but for international travel, you're better off with the Gerber. SOG used to make a Traveler multi-tool that was also bladeless, but they discontinued that a while ago, unfortunately. So just wanted to give you guys a really good solution to two problems. I highly recommend it. The only issues is that the rem grit saw is a little loose when clamped into place, and the carbide cutters, Gerber really needs to replace those across the line. Other than those two issues, if you need a bladeless or knifeless multi-tool, highly recommend this one. And yes, since it is black, you're gonna have to take off all that excess coating, which is gonna be a pain in the butt, but it's worth it. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.